morning. Yes, can you hear me well?
Yep.
Thank you. And today, good morning, Chair and distinguished delegates and representatives from Asia especially. My name is Eleanor Lianhong from Mizoram in the northeast of India. I'm a founder of Rotun Paid Forward. We build libraries and provide books and laptops to school, empower young people to champion SDGs on the grassroots level, mostly in the urban poor and rural communities in Mizoram, India, Chin states in Myanmar, and Chittagong Hill Tracts in Bangladesh, where the indigenous Zo, Lai, and Chin are inhabited. This area was once a tribe with their own chiefs and kingdoms, split into 3 countries now by the so-called divide and rule policy of British colonialism 200 years ago. Since the coup take over Myanmar in February 2021, our hearts and thoughts are with the people of Myanmar. Our library in Chin State was burned in November last year, along with hundreds of houses in town of Thantlang and Hakha. Our brothers and sisters, the Chin, had no choice but to flee their homes and or to be martyred. So, stuck in the middle of border between India and Myanmar, towns in Mizoram have hosted and embraced hundreds of Myanmar refugees since then. I went back to my hometown in Sangha from Oxford last year and to spend some time and understand what's happening. What I found is heartbreaking. People left living in school, separated by guns from their livelihoods and families. But even more striking is the response from neighboring countries and the rest of the world, which is silence. My country, India, is known as the world's largest democracy, hosting the largest number of refugees than any other countries on the planet. It used to be the home for the largest population of teen refugees coming from Myanmar and Tibet from China, and in fact have always supported democracy movements in the neighboring countries and condemned human rights violations happening in any states. However, the foreign policy of India changed with the introduction of the so-called Look East policy, which intends to counterbalance the influence of China in Southeast Asia region, such as the Kalan project that I have made statement the other day, in order to compete for access to rich untapped natural resources like gold and oil in Myanmar. India has cozied up with the military Myanmar government, compromising its own human rights principle. This has been evidenced by the Indian government's inhuman treatment of Chin refugees currently fleeing their home country. Our people are not receiving any help, either from the news media by reporting the abuse and deaths or offering assistance. The local villages are the only support, and COVID-19 really impact their mobility and help even within the Mizoram state. The Indian government told the Mizoram state to send back the refugees and to consider this as internal issues for the Burmese. They are not given any status nor freedom of mobility in India. My local area, the state of Mizoram, and the indigenous in the states has said, no, we cannot send back our dear brothers and sisters to their burned house. So this crisis is not being reported in the media, where a murderous dictator is invading and killing people every day, just like in the Ukraine. And I wonder why the response of countries such as the US, Europe, and even the UN serve to silence these issues, making the horrible history of Myanmar repeating itself over and over again. So therefore, my organization, Rotun, we plead and back the representative, especially from India, China, and the US, to consider this matter, and could we, together with the foreign member from the UN, make regional dialogue and find ways to end this brutal killing and burning of villages. So I'd like to conclude my statement quoting Bob Dylan when he said, how many roads must a man walk down before they call him a man? How many deaths must it take when we know the war must end? So is the answer, my friends, is it blowing in the wind? So I really thank the opportunity for this, and I would really urge everyone from this room and representative to take this matter home. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Eleanor.